filled with self-driving cars, 15 genders, and an endless supply of Twinkies, you have made a flawed mistake and have In a world filled with self-driving cars, 15 genders, and an endless supply of Twinkies, you have made a flawed mistake and have decided to listen to these two irresponsible degenerates. Don't blame me. You have been warned.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brandon Menz, and this is Dustin Williams.
Hello.
We are coming to you from Strike Zone in South Haven, Mississippi. Tonight we're going to have two matches. The first match is going to be Binh versus JD. We'll get started here in a minute. They're bowling for 100 each, best of three. That's about it.
It's my understanding that Binh brought all ones today.
Yes, that's kind of interesting. I find that funny. So, guys, let me see your money.
Yeah, he wasn't playing when he decided to come today.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He's all taped up and everything, like he's getting ready to start the ATP tour.
Is there? Oh, there we go. There it is. There's the bankroll right there.
This is Binh's money, and JD was plain Jane.
There you go.
All right, we are going to get set up here in a minute. We're going to get 10 minutes of practice, or 8 minutes of practice. We'll all get started.
There we go. Is that any better? Or did everything just get lower? I speak low?
How do I sound?
You're very loud. So
So
crack me back up. Now let's see if that works better. No volume on bowling. Okay, I see what you did. Turn that one back up a little bit. Because we're also not wanting to get DMCA struck here with the music, so let me know how that did.
I do have a remote mic I can position down there. I don't know how that's going to sound. I can do that real quick. So,
okay. Why not? Heather says it's better, and Jacob says it's okay. If not, it's no big deal. Why does everything have to come in Crown Royal bags? I remember seeing one, maybe in the... That's cool. They say it's better now, though. They say it's way better. So whatever you did the trick. Well, you did not ship perfectly. Good job. Listen, I'm not Kenny Corley, and I'm not going to try to be. My hair's not that white yet. So I apologize if the commentary is not as colorful on this side of the table. But we're going to have fun, dagnabbit. I made a comment earlier that they couldn't even get me a phone book or anything to sit on. I mean, was that not in the budget this time?
No, and I'm also kneeling on the ground, so.
Okay, he's on his knees, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I zoom in a little bit, maybe?
Yeah. I just didn't know if that was the zoom you wanted it at, so I didn't touch that. And you get that glorious Eagle Bowling logo on the left side there. Paul did hook us up with the Eagle Bowling logo behind. Well, are we gonna have that scoreboard? So it needs to, yeah. It'll tilt again because that's gonna cut off some of the things. You guys got about 4 minutes left on practice. JD practicing those ever important 10 pins. King Reggie. My name is Dustin. Well, good to see you, bud. Glad you're here. Yep, that was kind of my fear. Back up a little bit.
But hold on, it should have. Hold on. Oh, he changed it.
So we're not crazy. No, it's all good. We put this together pretty darn quick today, so I'm pretty proud of everybody. So we're going to have our first poll in the chat. I'll give it to until game 2 before Ben goes full backup. That's exactly what I was about to say. Any over-unders on what frame Ben is going to start throwing a backup ball? Any thoughts? Oh, heck yeah. Have to get me an idea. Can I get one of those dinosaurs to sit on?
Honest?
I'm kidding. Don't you dare do that.
I don't know
Worst
why.
case scenario, just make it smaller.
But no, it's still not the right.
Oh, it's still showing the prices. Yeah, he's got it up there.
I don't know what's going on there. That is unfortunately above my.
Take a look.
He went ahead and he swapped it. So it should have been. I'll see if I can get how it lightened up there.
Was it locked with a play or anything?
Well, the play button, there was a button down here. I was looking for like a refresh. That's what Gary gave me, which, by the way, I want to say thank you very much to Gary and everybody at Strike Zone for allowing us to do this. Gary has been very generous and helpful with the electronics and whatnot. And I thank him personally very much. He goes above and beyond for a lot of the bowling.
It's weird.
I got the, okay, so I'm going to change the camera from, hold on, I'll take care of that.
So for those of you guys that, lock the exposure. Yeah, that's what he's going to try to do now. I can work with that. I can fix that. We ain't going to do so much to the camera. Okay. So, I think total matches today, I want to say Brandon told me there was $1,000 on the line for everything all together. I think this match between these two is $100. No spitting, no biting, no hitting below the belt, and go. All right. JD up on the right lane first. Those it in the middle. Looks like he tugged it a little bit.
That's very believable considering it's JD.
It still goes in and out. That's unfortunate.
Hold on.
One thing about these lanes is you can tug a pretty good amount.
It didn't last night when I changed it, but it's still doing it.
That right side
If that's the
practice.
case, I'm going to go back to the video to get audio.
Okay. Bonus pins. Now there's a beautiful picture of a cat. There we go.
Yeah, I'll have to have Gary. Please. I don't know why I've still got the pricing on there. How many YouTube sign-ons do you have? Wasn't phone, it's something else now. Compliments of Binh for the fireball.
Oh yeah. I called it bribing the commentators, but I don't know.
But you know what though? I'm not really surprised with Binh. That's just his nature. He's like that. He's comical.
And he also has some really skinny jeans.
Yes. Oh wait, Gary got it.
Gary got it. Look at that. All right. So now we have scoring.
And I thank you for showing me that. That was kind of cool. Honestly, didn't know anything about that stuff. That's funny. Kevin Durant. That's cute.
Much better shot.
Well, you know what? Hold on.
There we go.
I also want to thank Jamal for doing the graphics up on the teleprompter. He did a fantastic job. So, again, thank you very much for that. And I was able to get the remote camera to work to get us the pins. So, in the future, we may...
Well, now he's just getting fancy with
yeah,
it.
he's got no light. I mean, he'll be up here at 3 o'clock in the morning practicing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm slightly jealous of that, but, you know.
I mean, when you have the ability and when you're that good,
and you have God-given talent, sure.
Then with that last shot, it did not look like it turned at all.
Let's see.
It went 59.5 feet. Burning.
Evidently. Oh.
That ball had significantly more.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
I don't know if it was a shiny face too.
That wasn't the ball you threw the first shot. That's the
No, it wasn't. You're right. Oh, it's a defender.
defender. Yep.
Which is an ASIM. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. Full backup cover.
Oh, while you were away, I did ask what frame we were going to expect the first ball for Ben to throw a backup ball.
Ah. So evidently, JD doesn't watch much professional bowling on television to let Ben bowl the second ball. But okay, hey, it is what it is. We're having fun.
He was practicing right hand spares quite a bit during practice, so there should be zero reason.
JD?
Yep.
Well, even less excuse because I drilled it.
Okay.
It's perfect. It's beautiful now.
Look at that. The man that makes it happen right there. Ball was inside as well. He did not throw the defender on that left lane, did he?
No, I think that was a road.
That was the ball he threw on 32, and it did not.
He's got no loyalty to any ball company.
If it works, throw it, man. So far, it's a 14-pin match in JD's favor right now.
That's not normal.
Well, that second frame from Ben didn't help him, so. There's that 10 again.
And him throwing 2 pocket shots isn't normal either. I'm just going to be honest with you. I love the dude. Dude's a great guy.
I give him the benefit of the doubt. I watch him bowl on Monday nights. He hits the pocket. It's just a matter of, just like everybody else. You just got to be able to carry him.
Yeah, it's very true. You know, though, he's a super trooper. I mean, he literally comes out here, has fun. I've bowled with him on the same team. He's out here having fun. I mean, he's trying to compete. He is trying to do his best. He really is. And I'll be doing the draft, and, you know, he messages Mike, I got a score correction there. Surprises me while I'm doing the draft. Walks into my house. I'm like, how the hell did you get here? I called Kristen. She opened up the garage. I had no idea he was there until I looked in the camera or in the video. I see him standing behind me. It scared the crap out of me.
That's a scary sight.
Oh.
Especially when you're not looking for it.
No, right. I knew no one else was home. And I was like, what? It was like a Friday the 13th episode or some crap.
Ben's working on a strike. JD gave him a little bit of an opening there with the open. He got that ball out farther, and it recovered nicely. Good job. It's something about... Oh.
That's a 3? Well, yeah. He does. JD. Let Ben finish. Let's do 2 at a time. Like in PBA, Yeah, do the PBA. You go ahead and finish.
You realize we're not striking as often as you thought. That's why it's going to take some.
We're good. We're good.
We're going to make this feel like a professional match.
I mean,
Dan.
we're having fun with it, you know.
Trying to give Ben a little momentum. He's on a double right now. So we want to try to keep him going.
Agreed.
Give JD enough time to get his momentum back. There we go.
And that's just that'll just be games. It's not score.
Sweet.
It's not score. It's not total pins. It's victories.
Okay, I take back everything that I said. He should have waited.
Probably.
Unfortunate 6 count. But don't worry, the backup ball should be coming out.
Yes, that should be a backup ball for Ben. We've got 2 different shoes on.
Which is it?
I think they're 2 different name brands too.
And there it is.
You almost got lucky there. It's still wiggling.
Wiggling. That was an unfortunate one.
So Travis, what do you mean by more people get in on this? Like, you want to do a match? Is that what you're implying?
About to say, you trying to get some action?
Can you make this bigger? My eyesight sucks.
Yes. So make it bigger.
You do that. You're better at that crap than I am. I'll drill a bowling ball. You do the electrical stuff. Ooh, nice ball by JD.
Oh. It's not a browser window.
No, I mean, I can always open it up the YouTube.
That's what I do with mine. So that'd be a good idea. Then you definitely can make it bigger.
Yeah, I do. Which one throws 12 pounds, T-Pain? The main event. The main event is as soon as this is over, Eric.
So
We
this
have
is
it.
the best 2 out of 5 as well, right?
No, this is the best of 3. It's the best of 3.
Okay, best of 3.
Yeah, JD throws 12 pounds. He throws the Jimmy Vickery special right there, and he carried. Spin to win 12 pounds, and it carried.
Does it count if the ball like gets air when it hits the head pin? It just kind of.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Still count? Okay.
We do not have Agnew. We do not have a match, an undercard match yet for Holloman Hardigan, which is still. It's going to happen. I just have to sit down. I'm getting ready to go on vacation here Saturday, and just other stuff going on. My son graduates high school tomorrow. Oh, Ben with a nice recovery. So I haven't nailed that down yet, the specifics. As far as the exact date, it's going to be more than likely in Bolero, Bartlett. I would like to get an undercard match for that. All right, Travis. So this is brand new. This is only our second one. We're having fun more than anything. We're having fun with it. I can't tell you. It could be 2 people watching. Clearly, there's more than 2, and I'd still do this because I'm having fun with it. But the last match we had.
No. Crossed over.
Last match we had almost as many people here locally in person watching as we did that were watching the stream, which I was blown away by. So I would love to make this at least twice a month. Weekly might be a little over, a little too much. I'd do it, but I don't know that we'll have the opportunity with the bowling center and all that. They're being very generous to let us do this. And obviously, I want to make it. I'd like to make this a little better all around. Hey, can you make the pins a little smaller if we're on the right lane, or I'm just asking. I know how to do it. Oh.
Almost fell asleep watching the 7 fall.
Yeah, right.
So you're making, yeah. This?
Yeah. I'd like to give a shout out to Scotty Patterson, who showed up for the second time. He was here last week for the Michael Brownlee, Jamal, Carl Williams, Aaron Holloman match. I've known Scotty just about as long as I've known anybody in Memphis. Same with Brownlee.
JD on a turkey.
Oh,
Trip 7 as well.
mean 12-pound ball.
Anything you can do, I can do.
Something like that.
Yeah. Been with that pre-shot prayer.
So we have 13 people watching right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm still impressed by that.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yes, Terrence. I had forgotten. You know what? If that's,
It's a trip. We love to see it.
I don't have a problem with that being an undercard match. I don't. And I know the other individuals involved wouldn't have a problem with that being an undercard. Watching from California, it's spectacular. I'm just curious, how did you get wind of this and you're in California? And who are you? Check MP.
So the people that are here, you know what we do. You know what Brandon does. I'm a fill-in for the much funnier person. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps you get the word out.
Oh.
Go Brooklyn and Swisher and almost directly into the head pin. It's perfect. Warren Clay being a stalker.
So I might have to get help from Gary to figure out how to stop the camera from doing that, unless you know how. I don't. That is above my, again, comprehension.
In and out.
Yeah, like that.
Yep.
I thought it was when it was on the still pick that it stopped doing that, but I'm clearly wrong. All right, I knew the name was familiar, Travis. I knew it was somewhere local. I didn't know exactly where.
That ball's inside. Trip 4.
12 miles an hour, a 12-pound ball. Spectacular.
So if we look at the last 4 shots that both of these guys have thrown, they've struck 8 different ways.
Pretty much.
It is an 18-pin match. That one was not as far in.
No, I mean, I knew off his hand it was a lot better ball. I didn't know if it was going to carry. But this is probably the best game JD's had. Not quite tall enough, Ben. Not quite tall enough. No, I'm pretty sure JD didn't strike this much all 3 games he bowled last night. And we haven't finished game 1 yet. So I think you're right there, Terrence. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Love JD to death. I think a lot of people had been, maybe not a sweep, maybe a 3-1, but he damn sure didn't have no 6-bagger, 7-bagger.
So the shots he missed this game.
1. Oh. I mean, as far as missing the pocket?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Not even missed the pocket. He had 2 10-pins and a 6, I think, right? I think those are the.
Don't give me the line. I know he had a 10-pin spare and a 10-pin he missed. I do not know what the first ball was. I think I was back and forth. I know, right? I mean, you didn't need it, but okay.
What? Ben is sprinkling a mystery substance on his opponent. Don't know what that is, but
It could be fairy dust. I mean, it could be spices from the from the east. I don't know.
It's interesting to watch him bowl league as well because you never know what he's going to wear. He's either got the incognito AirPods in his ear, or he's got the massive,
Mickey Mouse ears?
yes, the AirPod Maxes.
Yes.
I respect the man because he's an audiophile, and so am I.
And on top of that, he does not care as far as he's going to wear what he wants to wear. Walks in with his Louis Vuitton bag or whatnot. He looks like, you know, a short Asian version of LeBron James walking into a Lakers game. Yes, JD. JD loves to gamble. Usually not bowling, but he loves to gamble, yes. I mean, 247, that might be the fourth highest game he's had all season. I mean, and there again, you got to give Binh, you know, props for not backing off, even though he lost his game.
Yeah, 230 and lost. That's still pretty stout.
Yeah, you did.
He can come back and reverse it.
Do what?
He can come back and reverse it.
Oh, no question. 17 pins is nothing, especially with JD.
Beautiful shot.
Great game, guys. Great game.
And there he goes again.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. 247 to 230. I'm not gonna deny the fact that I didn't take the over under at being 470. I just didn't. Did not take that. And that would have been a bet we would have lost.
Yeah.
Nobody would have bet that the over would have been 450. We probably would have been closer to 410 to 390. So
some of those strikes this past game, though, man, they're just too lucky. I don't know how long that luck's gonna last.
So JD, you start on the left lane. Terrence said he wants some action, JD.
Jacob, I don't know if anybody was, but hey, we're here for it. Makes for some.
Well, that's very cool to check that, P. That's very cool. Now, one thing I don't want to do is go up against JD in golf. I'm not doing that. I suck in golf, and he does not suck in golf. Basically, we are the equivalent of the opposite of what we are in bowling.
Yeah, I always tell everybody I look like a newborn baby seal when I try to go golf. I can't do it.
Oh, I'm probably a newborn giraffe. I'm that, you know.
The height.
Yeah.
Good comparison. So I made a comment about the carry.
What ball wasn't perfect, but there again, he spared it. And I just redrilled. I think that's a third high road curl I've drilled for him.
Yep, he's right.
No. The first one is always one. Again, if this was golf, he'd know what to do. I'm going to go ahead and get my fingers and everything taped up because this might be quick. I have a match, so this might be quick. It might not be. And that fireball kind of kicked in. I don't need to take any lower. There you go, Ben.
That was a beautiful shot.
Again, what do you have? The back six, back five?
Oh,
You had at least the back five.
6,
Okay.
I believe. Because
I believe you're right. I believe you're right. So, it may not count for anything, but he could do Verapapa.
Actually, no, it was 7.
Again. Well, you know what? He was because he was one less than JD. JD had back 8, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, he was one less than JD. So I'm going to get taped up.
Okay.
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Ben is going for the Andy Verapapa. Never mind, I just jinxed that. So, so both contenders have left a 4-pin on 31. So that gives you any indication. That is, let's see if that helps with the audio in the background a little bit. 31 either seems to be breaking down, or both of them are pulling it at the exact same rate. So, you can drink and bowl. I can't confirm he's doing it. And I wasn't kidding. Brandon tried to bribe us. He gave both of us little shots fireball. Once again, if you are liking the stream, just go ahead and hit that like button for us and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you a dime. You can help promote Ego Bowling to get more of these tournaments out there. There's a very light 7-pin. This is exactly what I was talking about. And what's very possible, and it happens with me all the time, is overcompensation for what you think is going to be a transition. You move or you make any adjustment too early, and it just throws you off. Or you just miss your target. Okay. Thought about it for a second, but we have a 1-pin match. The main event is coming up after this match. So we've already got one down. This is a best of 3. So the first of 2 wins. JD is up 1-0. JD wins this next match. We will go into the main event. I swear, I see the ball hit the pins, and it looks like it jumps, like it does a little hop. Maybe if I watch the camera, that's something that we're going to look into doing as well as an instant replay. I want a camera on both of the racks, so that way when we start watching rack 10 pins, stone 8s, stone 9s, we can watch it extreme slow motion. Then with the next shot, buries the pocket. Beautiful shot. Having a pick top with himself. That's all you have to do. All you have to do in this game is just do that 12 times in a row. That's all you have to do, and you get a perfect score. Drinking, yes. Smoking's bad for you. Still got a 1-pin match. Oh, we threw that ball out there. Still came back a bit high, but it did carry. He said he did not mean to go there. I think that's a lie. One thing about this shot at this house is you get it out too fast, that ball will scream back. It's almost like having a bumper out there to the right. But if you pull it too much, it will slide for an tournament. At least that is for me. I've noticed quite a few others on league nights here do the same thing. JD with the shot. Best ball he's thrown all night, ladies and gentlemen. That was a good shot. This is actually pretty darn good match. 31 and 32 are the best pair in the house. A lot of people have said that. There's been a lot of honor score shot this past season on this pair. Oh, JD sent it to the parking lot and missed the head pin. 1247. Made a comment about how you throw it out there and the ball comes back like it almost has a bumper ball. Didn't think about it. It's a surprisingly bit of a difficult shot because you do have a very real opportunity to chop it. I need to stop talking. That's the second open. No, it's the third. Each one of them had an open last game, so that's his second open. Yeah. Which, I mean, still is good for JD. Yep. That is correct.
Jacob, I will agree with you. 31-32 is the best pair in the entire house. It happens to be a house record pair. Let's see, Terrence. Yes and no. It saves me from having to waste the lower tab.
Well, I mean, it's possible. Directly between them. I mean, it does take a little bit of effort to miss all of them.
It takes effort to miss 5 pins twice.
Twice.
I mean, technically speaking. The last, I guess that's actually not true. Pulled a national stop at Woodland years ago, and I got a 4 count. Second ball, I didn't throw it in the gutter. I got a 0.
Ben said it's not going to happen again.
Oh, nice recovery. Nice recovery, Ben.
Ben
Again,
just didn't want JD to feel too bad about opening up in the fifth.
I don't know that sympathy runs in the Asian culture like that. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I made a comment just a little bit ago that you could throw the ball, the way the house shot is here, the way the shot is here, you can throw the ball out to the gutter, and it's almost like you have a bumper. It's so dry out there, and JD misses to the right, and it lifts the head pin. So
I will say this, you're not wrong, but 31 and 32 are a different beast. Typically, like in most houses, the wall is no different. 31 is typically 32 is typically tighter than 31 here. Typically, not necessarily always, but typically it is. So 32 is usually touchier. But again, Strike Zone, Gary usually does a very good job on trying to make everything as equal as far as the lane condition, where it's not where the breakdown. I mean, he plays with it all the time. When I say he's up here at 2 o'clock in the morning practicing, it's not necessarily practicing bowling as much as it might be. I'm going to put this pattern out. How does this play here? You know, he cares a lot about making sure that, you know, I mean, granted, most of the higher bowlers, we wouldn't care. Put a flat shot out there, we want to bowl it. But unfortunately, you're going to lose a lot of your lower bowlers. They're going to go to Billy's because the shot's too hard here, so forth and so on. That's like that anywhere, unfortunately.
And your point as well, I mean, people don't think about it as much, and they should, is just the overall topography of the lane.
Yes.
You're going to have your hills and valleys, and it's going to be different every lane. So you could have the exact same shot to the tee on every lane in the house and throw 7 or 8 different lines because of the topography.
Well, the average bowler also doesn't realize that 31 and 32 is actually not a true pair. 30 and 31 is because they share a lane bed. 31 and 32 are separated by the ball return. So they don't share a lane bed, so the topography typically doesn't change. You know, I mean, it's going to change differently because each lane is its own. You know, you got somebody lofting the ball, you know, and beating the lane up, so forth and so on, or you know, it gets more traffic than so it's going to change, but you can hear the ball hit the lane differently between 31 and 32. 32 is on its own, like 1 is on its own. So
Yep. Very, very true.
backup ball. There we go.
Nailed it. If I could throw a backup ball like that in 10 pins, I would, but I would probably break something. Can't do it. Well, I can't throw two-handed. I will break something.
Is that your wife?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I made it a deductive reason. You know.
You mean the last name?
Yeah, there we go. Of course, I mean, you know, there's only 42,000 Williams in the Memphis area. You are related to a handful of them.
It's true. So for those of you that watched last week's broadcast, Carl Williams, that's actually my nephew.
Wait, that's your nephew? I thought y'all were cousins. Oh, I didn't know it was your nephew.
Mike Williams is my brother.
Wow, I didn't know that. I was 10 years old when I thought that. I didn't know that.
And then, goodness gracious, like you said, we've had bowlers. You've bowled in the Memphis area. You've heard of Mike. You've heard of my brother Jerry. He was into it a lot back in the day. And then even further back than that, my mom and dad, Carl and Gail Williams. Around in the Imperial days.
I noticed that shirt earlier. Wow, nice pickup.
Got it.
The company I work for actually owned Imperial. They built it. The owner's father built Imperial.
That was Jay Strickland, right?
Yep. And he all because he likes bowling.
Yeah.
That was it. He wasn't like a bowler. I don't know that he ever bowled in any leagues. He liked bowling. His first venture into bowling was he went in with some gentleman somewhere in Missouri, like Cape Girardeau, I think, maybe somewhere in that area, Sykeston, somewhere in that ballpark. I don't know. I don't know if he. Same thing happened on both lanes. I don't know if he missed or if there's. I doubt there's carry now, but either way. So he enjoyed it. So they built Imperial. For a lot of people that don't know, Imperial used to have a diner in the front. Now that was before we were born. But then it was turned into a putt. A lot of us remember that. Cherokee, they also owned Cherokee. So they owned more lanes, probably in the state of Tennessee. I think that was the first 64 lane house.
By far the biggest houses in Memphis.
Oh.
By a long shot.
Yes. What was Imperial? 48?
48 lanes.
48, yes. And Winchester was only 40. So we'll never see 40 around here again. 32 is it. And most of your centers are only going to be 32, if not, in fact, 24. It is what it is. As bowlers, we don't enjoy that fact, but it is what it is.
Ben sailed that ball out there. Got lucky on the light hit, though.
Yes, he did.
A lot luckier than JD on the last two shots.
This might come down to the 10th frame like it did last night for us against Carl and Aaron.
If both strike out, correct my math if I'm wrong, but it's a 4-pin match, right? Or not a 4-pin match?
No, it'd be 4 pins.
4-pin match, hey.
Yes.
You do math.
Yeah, your math was math in there. It'd be a 4-pin match in Bin's favor. So we would go to game 3.
Yeah.
So he actually can shut him out here with a double with a double 7 count. Oh.
He's getting more comfortable throwing the ball out. I've noticed that. He's not bringing it in as much. He's actually letting it flow down.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying this. In his experience with matches like this, Billy's is 40, correct, Terrence? But I just meant it's not bigger like Imperial or Cherokee. I don't think we'll never. You know what? I said that you are correct. It is 40. Well, it has 40 lane. Does it mean they're always working?
Yeah. But
I'm waiting for Terrence to make a comment on that one. Oh, he needed that to shut him.
it's still going to make JD show up.
Yes, JD still has to show up. He needs a double. Because if he strikes spares, it's 2-0, and Ben's already got 202, 203 with the spare.
So he needs first ones.
You plead the fifth, Terrence, huh? You plead the fifth? Okay.
And Heather's actually right on that too. So I have to bring him up here one time and show you. I've got some of the old E patches.
YBA?
but actually Imperial and Cherokee branded patches.
Oh, really?
I had some made.
You know what? You can let me borrow those one day to show the owner. He would be ecstatic just to show her. Or if anything, just send me a picture of them. Matter of fact, if you ever watched the thing on Facebook where I'll show what used to be in Memphis or Memphis stuff that's no longer around, the shoe that was on Cherokee,
Yep.
or that was out in Lamar rather, Cherokee or Imperial rather, pictures came up one day and I tagged her in it. She calls me in the office to talk. 2-3 minute conversation lasted an hour and a half, all about bowling. And this lady doesn't bowl. Oh,
There's one.
he needs this one. This one, it's a lock. Well, we started, I don't know. I turned the camera on at 6:45. I don't recall what time we started bowling. But it's 7:40 right now, so not terrible.
T-Pain, I'm watching. Oh, God. You can't watch.
He needs this one. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he got a little nervous. He got a little moisture on his hand.
Shot clock violation.
Calling a 10-pin. I'm going to call a yank.
I'm not saying a word because every time that I make a comment about something, it happens. So I'm just keeping my mouth shut. I didn't even
Okay.
read his comment. I'm afraid I'm going to jinx it.
But does it really jinx it when it's someone like JD? Is it really jinxing? I mean, when you got Walter Ray up there, oh, he's got the front 10, he's going to throw 300. That'd be jinxing. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
That little bit of extra time at the end.
As long as he doesn't Del Baller it, we have a victor. He's JD gonna make it rain.
I don't want to see him. Yeah, I don't want to see him give the make it rain. He does not want to give it any other way. Just stand in front of the camera.
Yeah, JD, that's a pro move by JD. All you gotta do is throw it down. Hey, we're good. Wow, 9-pin.
Stone 8-pin.
That's a great game. That's a great game.
203 to 209. Two close matches.
In it,
Two close games.
all I have are regrets.
All he has are regrets. All the regrets.
There you go, sir. Make it rain, sir. Make it rain.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna put it in practice mode. But booth's all yours now, sir.
Cool deal.
I'll go ahead and.
Well, now we are headed into the main event. Look at how happy Ben is. I mean, he just lost $100, but you know what? He enjoys it. That's what the sport's about. Good sportsmanship. You can't beat it at all. Okay.
Actually, you know how to do that.
Yeah.
So all you gotta do is number up, number down.
And yours is a best of 5, right?
Yes.
So first to 3 wins.
Where'd it go?
Cool.
Where'd it go? How do you get back up?
Scroll down. Oh, the chat. Yeah, cool.
We'll tell them to put it on practice.
Oh, Heather sent me pictures of the Imperial stuff, so I'll go back to that here in a minute at the game. But yeah, that was, man, that was fun. We're gonna let everybody get set up here. I really want to move this camera, but I don't want to touch it. Money is on the table, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I'm serious. I'm about to drag this crate that Brandon brings over to bring all this stuff in and sit on it. I'm gonna do a little equipment change. Arkansas Bowler is watching from Jonesboro. Y'all got Jonesboro watching. You got Jonesboro watching you. Said as long as y'all's internet keeps up. So same as last game. We're gonna get 8 minutes of practice. He is wearing a Show Enough jersey. So once again, guys, if you guys are liking what you're seeing, all you have to do is hit that like button. Hit the like button, give the channel a subscribe. Doesn't cost you a dime, but it helps promote the brand. And that's going to allow them to do way more cooler stuff than me. I kind of wanted him to go between them. I know it's practice, but... This is actually driving me bonkers. There we go. My OCD kicks in really, really bad when it comes to stuff on the computer, so you'll have to bear with me in a second. How are you guys liking the pin camera? I told him to let me put the camera directly in between. Good match, bud. Good match. I told him to let me put the camera right in between, like right in front of the, or like around the camera, but he wouldn't let me do it. It's 500 a man. It's 1,000 total. I think. Oh, please. Can confirm it's 1,000 total. It's 500 a man. So winner gets 1,000. I do want to play with it a little bit more because I know. Forgot about the pink can. I like it. I would like it if I had the ability to have two. And this is just me being bougie. I want one on each lane to be able to get really in there. Because right now we're having to get 2 different lanes. Left lane looks kind of weird. I get that. But the right lane looks perfect. So maybe next time if we can get that worked out, maybe me and Brandon can collaborate on some equipment and we'll get some stuff going. It's kind of hard to do. I mean, right now you got to think about this. I can't stress enough how much I appreciate everybody here at Strike Zone, Jamal for helping us get this set up today, Gary, everybody, because I don't know if you guys realize, but I think they have 2 lanes available, and they have a summer league on the other end of the house, and we're down here bowling for a little bit of money, so that's pretty darn cool. And I'm not going to rest until I get an instant replay button. I want that so bad. Brandon is very, very rugged. That's a good word I can use to describe his bowling game. It's not a bad way. It's just rugged. He's very intentional with his movements. So is J-Rob sending the head pin into the parking lot. How many people are actually here watching? We had, at one point, I think we had a good 4 actually sitting. Quite a few were actually down bowling the summer league at the other end of the house. So they're coming by and seeing. So I've seen Aaron Holman. A few others. On the live stream, we've got 18 pretty constant viewers. And so thank you guys so much for sticking around and listening to me babble. I'm not nearly as funny as Kenny Corley. I don't cuss nearly as freaking much, but I mean, I can't wait to see how hard he throws the ball. It looks like he is absolutely just flinging it. One minute left in practice. There's a little bit of an update delay on the scoring monitors, but it's perfectly fine. We'll just have to take my word on it. We got some time. Us being able to do that with the scoring monitors is absolutely fantastic. We use OBS to stream, and I agree with the Twitch thing. I'll talk to Brandon about that as well. But I know Streamlabs has the ability to do instant replay. I want to make sure that we have the equipment down lane and actually exactly what we want to do with the instant replay for before going through all of it. But yeah, Streamlabs has it. There's plugins for OBS that you can get very, very easily. What 4-pin? I don't know her. All right. A lot of these guys from Winchester. Very cool, very cool. RIP Winchester Lane. I never bowled at Winchester. I don't think, but maybe once or twice when I was a kid. I stayed at Bartlett, I stayed at Imperial, Billy's. That's where I know a majority of these guys from anyway. All right. kick the tires and light the fires. Yeah, Heather, we talked about that. So I can't jump as high as that camera is right now, so I'm gonna have to deal with that after. I got everything set up, and I went to go try to do that, and I'm scared I'm gonna break something. So Brandon's up on the left lane. Cotton Bowl. Oh my gosh. T-Pain showing his age. That was a good shot. I had some questions about the shot that you do in practice, but I know better now. Cotton Bowl in those old wood lanes. You want to talk about an issue with topography? Oh my gosh. I think that was the last wooden center in Memphis, like fully wooden, not just wooden approaches, but fully wooden lanes in Memphis before. If memory serves me right. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was a bit high. Lucky you just did the 4-pin off of that. Said I had some doubts in practice, but you're looking pretty good. He says this after he nutted the last shot. Even after one. I think I'm correct. I think that is the only wooden house that I ever bowled at, and I was so little. Good shot there. A little high. It looks like he's moved quite a bit left, and he is playing the lane for sure. The ball was riding a wave down the lane. Abso-freaking-lutely it did. Look what I was saying. It looked weird to me because you could look at the ball. You literally saw the ball do this. It never left the lane, but it looked like it was riding a wave. You're exactly right. Good shot. Brandon's got that ball locked in right now. I'm going to watch Brandon's ball on 31 very, very closely. I swear to you, it looks like if you hit the pocket just right, it looks like the ball jumps. Couldn't tell off the camera. I should have looked in closer. Brandon with the front three. Trying to see what got the Brooklyn strike. Didn't get, oh, slapped it out. Oh, the sheer audacity. Good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Through the nose again. Looks like he's having a hard time getting the ball out now. He's too scared that the ball's going to start turning too early. Does convert the spare. So right now he's got spare, strike, strike, spare. Brandon, dare I say, knock on wood, has not missed. I didn't hear what he just said. We'll find out later. Tell you one thing, next time I do this, I'm bringing my own headphones. For the ham bone. He kicked it out. A not so solid 9-pin. Had his foot extended to the wall, he might have got that. Still a trooper shooting his spares with his primary ball. Since he don't need no stinking spare ball. He would have carried that last. Yeah, he would have. I don't know. It's being very selective tonight. Some people are getting pretty good amount of hits where they shouldn't. That was a better ball. He ran that one out. So the consensus is so far in these last two, or I guess technically 3 matches, even with JD and Ben earlier, so much better to hit light or dead nut flush in the pocket. If you get it a little bit high, it is very, very unforgiving. So one thing Brandon's probably very hyped up about, maybe it serves me right, I think his team came in second on the Monday Night Men's League here at Strike Zone. That was a very good shot. Looks like J-Rob found him something. All I know is they did a lot of bowling last night. I also watched a bit of the stream last night. It was streamed live right here on Eagle Bowling. Very good shot. Very, very good shot. Wasn't lying about 32 being tight. It literally, it did for a second. I have no idea who finished first T-Pain. All I know is a guy with an awesome, well, 2 guys with awesome mullets and another guy that just says what all the time. Yeah, Brandon wasn't lying about 32 being tight, because I feel that if he misses ever so slightly, that ball will take off. Oh, he threw that ball to the parking lot. It's a 3-4-7. But this is makeable. If anybody, if anybody could make it, I have faith. He's bringing out his. He's not shooting his spare ball. Why? It is makeable. If anybody can make it, I think it's going to be this one. There's a slide. Trip it forward. Nope. No luck. That is the opening that J-Rob was begging for. See if he can capitalize. We got that ball out. Oh. That one I read a little earlier. May just be me, or it read early, period. See if I was smart. So Brandon went full on nerd mode with the setup, and I cannot appreciate it anymore. As J-Rob chops. So he does not capitalize on the opportunity that Brandon gave him. We'll see how this plays out. I actually love that camera down lane. Because we can't get the camera up high enough to see over everybody. So that gives you a clear view of every shot. But you don't need a clear shot to see that 2-pin fall in. You just feel the heat radiating off of it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna move it. I'll move that monitor, but I'm not gonna do that. Money. He's locked in on the right lane. So what needs to happen now is just bear down, make a good shot. Now, one good thing for Brandon is he does not have to end on that left lane. So if he is having a little bit of issue lining up, he'll at least be a little bit safer going into the end. But this is, ladies and gentlemen, a 10-pin match. He got that one out. 10-pin will remain. So maybe it was just, I thought I saw him throw a spare ball. He goes his primary ball for every shot. I just thought he threw a spare ball. I'm not observant. Picks up the 10-pin. And now what we're going to do is we're going to see if J-Rod can capitalize on yet another opportunity that Brandon has given. He made sure to get that ball out. There it is. A little light, but it did come back. That was the lane that he opened on last frame. That ball inside. 2-4. The door opens once again. Does chop off. What did I say that was? 4? It was 3-4. All right. Brandon needs a mark in 7. Strike in 7. Yeah. The first ball will clinch it. Ooh. Oh. That was disgusting. Oh, that was beautiful. Man.
I won't be the last one picked this year.
Got that ball a little bit outside. Let that stone. 9 pin. It doesn't matter though. He does have the match. Oh. So I have YouTube pulled up on another monitor off to the side, so I kind of got a little bit of an instant replay for what you guys see that shot. Oh my god. The unmitigated gall of that 9 pin. Now he is going to make a ball change. Probably going to get lined up for the next game. But if he whips this, I'm not going to give him too much. Okay, there you go. Game 1 will go to Brandon. So let's... I love OBS. All right, let's get this. 1, We're going to take a little bit of a break, apparently. He needs a be right back screen, is what he needs. So for both those of you that are just joining us, we had our first match, JD versus Binh. JD with the 2-0 victory over Binh. Binh proceeded to make payment on the $100 per game in ones. Absolutely fantastic move. And then this so far, our best of 5, excuse me, first of 3. Brandon Benz takes game 1. I should have got the scores before pulling up the screen, but I didn't. And yes, while USBC regulations could state that if you hit 10 pins, or if they fall eventually, you do have to put an X in the square. We're not USBC sanctioned here, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Ego bowling rules do state if all 10 pins fall before the rack comes down, technically has to be a strike. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them, ladies and gentlemen. I can say that we've only had, I believe, 1 or 2 Brooklyn strikes today. So that's got to count for something. Guys are making good shots. The guys are making very, very good shots today. There have been some unfortunate high leaves here and there. Image sharing with an iPhone and an Android absolutely suck. She tried to, hey Brandon, she tried to send me some of those patches.
Okay.
But Android to iPhone looks like crap. J-Rob does start with the strike to get us started with game number 2. Oh, the night is early. Brandon's going to stick with the original ball. Looks like. I don't know if he forgot that he threw the other ball. Does push just enough. I think I'm going to become a millionaire and make an overlay that you can manipulate a bowling score. You can show the actual score and it not have to be a screen. First shot on the left lane is good. Good adjustment. Albeit not a very big one. He's trying to get some insider information. He's coming over here and watching himself throw the last shot. J-Rob is actually killing it this second game. Both bowlers with the front two. Sends that one out. He liked that a lot better than the last shot of the last game, for sure. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a good match. Both gentlemen seem to be locked. Another great shot. This is going to turn into a grudge match pretty quick. He has not changed equipment. Got that one on the lane a little bit and runs it out backwards. I will say this, when Brandon is locked in, man, it is hard to stop it. It is very, very hard to stop. Sends that ball out. It does recover, albeit very, very late. Later than I would like to see happen. Both bowlers with a hand bone to begin this match. You can't ask for much.
Last ball for Binh tickets.
By the way, last call for 50-50 tickets if you're here, I guess. That is a disrespectful 7-pin. It was not a bad shot. It had worse carry. Had worse shots carry. But we have the first non-strike of the match. Of the game. Okay. We'll see what the response is from Brandon. J-Rob throws a very powerful ball. It is very, very powerful. It's just it's later than I would like to see. So that makes sense. It goes so far down the lane before it makes that adjustment, but I can see why it does that, because it will, if it hooks earlier, you're gonna go Brooklyn every time. There's only so far left you can go. Brandon threw that ball way out there. Stand left and throw right. That's basically what he's got to do on that right lane. He is locked in. He could throw that ball directly at the camera that's located next to the lane, and it'll be perfect. Brandon's good from through 5. J-Rob's got the front 4 with the 9 spare. Nope, it's inside. Oh, it was there. Oh, what 9 pin? Get that out of here. Watching it again. Tomahawk chop to the freaking 9 pin. J-Rob getting the ball out again. And that was what I was scared of. That's what I'm scared of right there. The ball does not recover fast enough after it gets through the front part of the lane. Hits that head pinch a little bit too light. It does not have any energy when it gets to the pocket. Currently a 12-pin match. Brandon, though, with the front 6. J-Rob brings that ball in a little bit. It looked like. Nails the pocket. Give it a nod like he's going to make an adjustment. Gotta love the game of angles. That's for sure. Watch this ball go through the pins. It's up. It's in there. Now 32 looks to be his better lane, but he will end this game on the left lane. He will end it on 31. So we're going to see if he can stay locked in. God is up. Oh, that ball is outside. Oh, that ball was way outside. A little deeper than his last shot, I think, on that lane. By a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. Enough to wrap that tape in. Still has the substantial lead at the current moment. But keep in mind what I just said earlier. He will have to end on this lane. So we'll see what kind of adjustment he makes off of that. J-Rob had a 9 count on this right lane as well. See if an adjustment comes out of that last shot, or if he sticks to his guns, he just makes better shots. There's not much more left he can go unless he crosses in front of the ball return. Does hit that shot on the right lane. Looking a lot better than the first game for sure. Eighteen of you guys watching still, I greatly appreciate you guys sticking around and listening to me ramble during this awesome match. He did not get that ball out at all. What hit? I'm not quite sure what tripped the 6-pin forward there. Watching the instant replay. 6-pin is there, and it gives up. Okay, cool. So that would be a turkey for Jason. And my, how the turns have tabled. We have ourselves a match. Oh, he sends it out again. Sends it out again, wraps the 10-pin once again. Both players, for the most part, making absolutely great shots. The last 2 shots Brandon had a little bit short. Just not quite enough to kick out that 10-pin. So now that he's done that on both lanes, I do expect to see a little bit of an adjustment on the left lane. Very, very minor adjustment just to kick out the pin. Nothing too drastic. .268 max score for Brandon. Actually, wait a minute. We're tied. 268, 268, yep. I'm looking at this on 2 different monitors and I'm thinking that there's a strike in between. No, they're actually 2 9 counts next to each other. If both of these bowlers strike out, it's going to be a tie. And honestly, I don't know how we're going to fix that. That is a disrespectful 10-pin. He threw about a quarter of the rack at it. Brandon getting quite a bit of 10-pin practice today. So max score now 257. 257 with a strike right here. 268 for J-Rob. We are going to see a change. Can't tell what's in his hand. Maybe giving that ball that he shot the fill ball with last game. Does manage to trip out the 10-pin, albeit very, very late, but it's still carried. 257, final score for Brandon. J-Rob coming off of a turkey. Last shot was not that great, but it did carry. It's up. The ball is out. Drills it in. One more strike, he will shut out. Now, here's the fun part. If he hits a 9 count, a spare, you get a tie. I spoke it into existence. So, almighty Brandon, what's your roll-off policy, bud? Brandon doesn't even know. We haven't ever had this before. Ladies and gentlemen, we tied. 257, 257. Are you not entertained? What are we doing? So, or a roll off. Gonna wash it. Ladies and gentlemen, the game that you just watched never happened. Let's go to game 2. All right. All right. So that's what we're doing. Last game, ladies and gentlemen, did not happen. Yeah, this is a monumental day from Ego Bowling. We are now having to write rules for ties. Randy starts off with a light 2-pin. Combination of speed and bringing the ball in a little bit and getting into that oil. Not a good combination for that particular shot. Absolutely insane. J-Rob with the shot. You get it outside. We're at that 10. Both bowlers just throwing great shots. It's just a matter of carrying at this point. Both bowlers are clean, I do believe. There are 2 games. First game, we won't talk about so much. That ball was very, very deep. I feel like I need to address this tie. I need to address this somehow. Okay. I just want to add text. Brandon kicked out that 710 that time. $100 in ones, absolutely. Our first match saw Ben win and JD, and Ben brought a stack of hundreds. Or a stack of ones, excuse me, not a stack of hundreds. That'd be weird. Pin J-Rob. Wasn't that bad a shot? It could have carried. I've seen worse carry here. I'm gonna change the color. Shot. All I want to do is add. I fell asleep watching that 10 pin pull. Sorry. Ran it back on it after that ball change. He did make a change. I think he is throwing the ball that he threw the fill ball in the first game. That ball didn't look too good. Now, lanes are starting to transition a little bit for him. It does look better. Didn't like it. I'm almost done playing with this. Took all that time. Nails the ever-loving crap out of that 10 pin though. There we go. That makes me feel better. Got the ball out. Good 10. There you go. J-Rob with a nice shot. Very nice shot. That's his first double of this game. He was going Dutch until he fell for it. Second shot. Oh, it was a bit inside. He knew it had to push just a little bit. Looks like he may have tugged it just a little bit. But I understand, because if he throws it out and throws just an absolute heater shot, it's possible he's going to wrap that 10. Converts to spare. Looks like he's throwing a poor dynamics. specifically. And it looks like J-Rob, if I'm reading that right, a theorem? I think it's a theorem. I think the first ball that Brandon was throwing was an altered reality, and then he's going to the
All
tournament.
right, good after 50 tickets.
Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
$50.
We will have to deal with the 50-50 drawing for a second, so we'll let him do his thing.
Ticket number is
6, 7,
867
2, 8, 5,
6
6, 2.
Again, 867 285.
If you have that ticket, you're a winner. Good job.
$90.
269 for Brandon if he strikes out. 249. Okay, then.
We have a winner.
Anything is possible. We got it. Whoever yelled carry, I can't tell. Not that one. Good shots being thrown on both sides. I will say that. A damn good match. Once again, if you are just stopping by, go ahead and hit that like button for us and hit the channel and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Back for some great bowling content. What can you do? That ball did get out. And a 10 pin. It's a very weird middle spot there. He is throwing some absolutely great shots. .38 if he strikes from here. Falls back out, but manages to get the swisher strike. Into his next. There it is. The difference that I'm seeing with these two shots, they tied game two. 257 to 257. That is correct. Who's the master? Ooh. Dirty. The main difference that I'm seeing with these shots is that Brandon's ball is driving just a bit more. It's going through the pins. J-Rob is covering a lot of boards. Brandon's playing not much of a more direct approach, but more direct. More straight. Got that ball out again, but it does carry. Look at that, would be a good ball change for Brandon. J-Rob stays in the theorem. I'm actually going to end this. Disrespectful 7-pin. that all but wrapped this game up. But this is a best of 5. So there can be a reverse sweep happen. There we go. Just in case anybody was wondering. We are going to see a ball change. Gotta get a good look at what he's throwing. Actually, that last ball that he just threw looked like it was an NV Tour. I cannot tell what he's throwing now. So we've got NV Tour, Theorem, and ball in which yet to be known. Beautiful, beautiful shot. We will likely... I can't help but think that we're going to at least see 2 more games. At least 2 more games. With carry like that, how could you know? Carries like 2 or 3 of the back row. Yeah, it's that was great. Switch him once again. Looks like an... I can't tell what that is. That's a strike is what that is. Very, very good shot. J-Rob ends with a 218. I know what that ball looks like, but I don't know if that's the ball you're throwing. It looks like an attention star, but I don't know. I'll have to go down there and look. Well, Brandon is going to take game 2. Technically, this is game 2. Technically, it's game 3, but game 2. Nobody else saw game 11. No. .269 if he strikes out. The 9 count in the first and 9 count in the 5th. But J-Rob, I just can't help but think that J-Rob's going to come back really strong after that last shot that I just saw him throw on 31. That was a dynamically different ball. I think that he's made a good ball change. A good ball change. Ready with one more to round out this game. Incredibly talented. It's up, it's wide. I think that may have been testing the water a little bit. See how far out he can go. Spoiler alert, not that far. Yep. That is currently where we sit. It's 2-0 with one tie at 257. They rob up on the first. That was a good ball. That was a very not deserved tip in right there. He did throw it out just a little bit, but I figured that ball would have carried through, and it just didn't. It just didn't.
What do you have that game?
You what?
What do you have that game? 18?
18, yeah, something like that. I'm a terrible sports commentator / analyst person. Just weird because it's my profession. What the last game was. Might do that and work on some overlays. What's the screen? To confirm that is an attention stop. There, obviously. And that is the Tour Dynamics going through the pins. For 10 in a bit. I'm gonna play. That half the rack was a messenger. I guess I don't know how you did. Boom. That ball was light. The ball didn't come in as heavy. Which is kind of shocking because he got it out there before and it actually it got out there, but it didn't carry. Didn't carry 10. I think that T-Pain, I think you are right. I think that Brandon is using a lot of pent-up frustration from his matches last night. And feeding them into this game today. Fold it. Slid all the way to the pocket. Ooh. That's big. Look, he's practicing his backswing. Oh, he got out farther. 4 pin. This is not over, ladies and gentlemen, by a long shot. By a long shot. Does convert to spare. There, Rob. Just absolute beautiful shots that just do not carry. And you can see it. You can see frustration. And I completely get it. One ball to bring back, what would it be? Mine would be the track power machine. You know what? I'm kind of surprised that Brunswick hasn't brought back some of the other brands. I know that Brunswick has brought back some of their Big B brands, but actually, Track Assassin, I love that one. That's the ball that I shot my very first 300 with when I was 16. I love that one. They're doing a much better shot on the left lane. The Track Assassin was a very, very good ball. Another ball that I would like to see come back in an official form is the 3D offset super hook. The actual super hook. I remember when I was a kid, my father shot so many 300 with that ball. Better shot. Oh, it was inside. Does leave the full painting bin. I told you. He is not seeing that 2-0 right now. Does pick up the spare. As far as single pin conversions, I believe these two guys have been 100%. Nobody has missed a single pin. And that is not me wanting my Jinx powers to go for even instead of good. That's for sure. Oof. He felt pretty good about that one. We got the run out and the leg kick, both at the same time. Same shot, so it's usually a pretty good indicator of a good shot right there. J-Rob hasn't found a pocket and carried on this right lane. That is disrespect. That is a solid 9. Solid 9. Nobody can say that quality shots are not being made. J-Rob's looked comfortable on this left lane the past couple of shots, where he has struck. And sent a heat-seeking missile towards the 4-pin. Literally head first. I don't know, T-Pain. T-Pain's saying that he doesn't quite know if he's going to bowl out here again after that last shot, but shot on 31 kind of redeemed it a little bit. Just a little bit. Brandon does have to strike on this right lane, which he has not been able to do, which we did not do last time he was up on this side. Runs it out, nails the pocket. I'm gonna get one of those Darren Tang button, the buttons like Darren Tang has. Hit it and it says nut. Gonna push that button repeatedly. These guys, both of these guys have had some insane shots that have both carried and ones that have been disrespectful. What 7-pin? I do not know her. So current status. Brandon can shoot 268. J-Rob can shoot 238. Better shot on the right lane. That is the first time this game that he has struck on the right lane. Yes, that is good. Math does math there. Terrible. Much better shot. Much better shot. No heat-seeking missile required for that shot. And these guys are just bowling on a strike zone house shot. Nothing too fancy, just a standard house shot. My suggestion in the suggestion box would be to have some of these matches on a mystery pattern. That's going to be good. Oh, what 9-pin? So far, he has successfully deleted a 7-pin and a 9-pin back to back. That's mad. That's mad. I don't want to wish this into existence, but I seriously do wish that we could go to the game 4. As unlikely as that looks at the current moment, anything can happen, but I'm not wishing anything bad on it, right? Because this is some damn good bowling. That... Oh, don't give it to him. Okay. That sounded bad. I didn't mean it the way I said it. Thought the pin was going to fall. I'm going to pull a T-Pain. Don't you do that. So now, here's the situation we're in. So, 247 if he picks this up and strikes. That in my face. 247 if he strikes. $238 is his max score. Brandon needs a pin. We're done. And he knew it. We are done. Brandon Menz is your winner. Of the $1,000 race to 3. Race to 5. Yeah, race to 2. Best of 5. Absolutely incredible shots thrown by J-Rob. Just did not have the carry. Brandon?
Yes, sir.
Good bowling.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
So some things that I made a note of, you get really, really locked in. Your ball looked as if it had just impeccable carry. J-Rob had a couple of bad breaks there with some 10s.
He did.
Some light hits, but you did manage to capitalize on those. What was going through your mind as far as those last few frames? Walk us through like the 8th and 9th, 10th frames of that last game, knowing that it's very possible that that door can open again.
The ball I was throwing, which was the Tour Dynamics, I don't have a lot of room for miss. Like if I squeak it out, it's not going to recover like the Reality. But the Reality wasn't carrying. But all I kept saying to myself was, don't throw it too fast and squeak it out. I didn't do the math until the first ball in the 10th. Knowing that once I left the 7-pin, I knew I had to spare it. I didn't realize that. I was like, if I'd have missed it, he goes out cheap for 38. So, I ain't gonna lie, I've been bowling fairly well for the most part. I did bowl great last night, the first two matches. During the championship match for the league, I did shoot 244, threw the ball better. Same thing happened last week. I was just glad my footwork was better. My footwork's been terrible here lately just because I've just been sliding too much. Yep. Or that I didn't slide. I had no middle.
Well, I did notice that it took a lot at the back end. Your ball had a lot more back end reaction than J-Rob's ball. I did take note of the speed. So J-Rob having a faster ball didn't quite make the turn, but when you changed into that Tour Dynamics, it had a more dynamic shape into the pocket.
Sure.
A couple of unfortunate 10s.
Yeah.
But not a lot of other back row leaves, and not a lot of 8s, not a lot of 9, a lot of 9s.
No.
So the ball does carry pretty good for you. You do a great ball, man.
Thank you. It's honestly the second time I've thrown the ball since I've owned it in September.
Really?
The ball rolls, for the most part, it's one of those, I don't like the way it rolls. It has to match up perfect. I drill it differently than a lot of my other equipment. It rolled great during Gary's Labor Day tournament. During qualifying, I don't remember what I shot. I was high for Friday, or high or second high, but it rolled real well. It doesn't roll normal. It needs more oil. It needs a little more volume. But I have to keep the ball in front of me. I cannot swing that ball. I don't know if that's that ball or that ball for me, and because of the way I laid it out. I did lay it out to not flare a lot. It is a very tight roll. I do like it. The few times I've been able to roll it. Otherwise, I don't. I just never cared for it.
J-Rob.
These days, I'm gonna get my fucking money back. Well, I don't know if we're gonna have to bet on baseball, hockey, badminton, something. You're gonna have to come up with some
I'm
going
good.
this way. Do I pay lines up front or
We're good.
everything is
We're good.
Okay.
I appreciate
Good bowling, man. You have some good shots, though. For
It's all
real.
good. But
I will not bowl you. I'm 1 and 2 in Kennesaw.
I'm not bowling 1 and 2 in Kennedy. but I do want a rematch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, you heard it here.
Appreciate
You heard it here as a rematch. All right.
So, I had fun. I mean, he could easily have done the exact same thing to me I did to him. He really could have. It just happened to be that way. I threw the ball well enough. I did get a couple hits I possibly shouldn't have carried. So I didn't get so mad when I didn't carry some of the ones I maybe should have carried. He did get bad breaks that I didn't get. But yes, I did throw the ball rather well and rather consistent.
You
Which,
did.
you know,
There were a few shots that I noticed that was
yeah.
a little bit wide. Those wider shots are the ones that are the rat 10s on both sides, though.
yeah.
And I know a lot of people like to bank that outside and try to use that little bit of play area, but I know in this house specifically, people struggle sometimes.
And
You
again,
get out there and it drives too hard when you leave 9s, and then when you wrap that 10. So both of you guys were able to read it and able to throw some really, really good shots after. Make for a really, really good match on our side. So not quite a blow. You can't say it's a blowout because of the tie game.
No.
And now we have to go into.
I mean, in all honesty, even the wins. I mean, he shoots right here. He shoots 38.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a blowout. That's one frame. The game I won, the first game I won, I shoot 212 to 190 something. That wasn't a blowout. Then we both shoot 57. You know, there's a high game. And then third game, yeah, okay, I shot 65. I can't remember what he shot. It wasn't a 65. I remember that. But I mean,
both of you guys had a 257 right there in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's impressive. And now we have to go back to the drawing board and find out what happens in the event of a tie.
yeah, I wouldn't have expected that, especially a 57 at that. You know, maybe 202, 207, but not a 257.
256.
So, yeah, I'm going to have to. So, on their website, I started doing a. It's going to become known as. Yeah,
Sleep zone.
right. Well, that's true because JD swept Binh, so there you go.
There you go.
I did start on the webpage, eaglebowling.com. I did start a tab for if you want to do call outs. So,
Like submissions, like if you wanted to.
yes, I don't off the top of my head remember exactly what I put in that page, but we're going to have to come up with some kind of rules. Not a lot of rules because it is pot bowling essentially.
You're right.
But in case of a tie, what are we going to do? And like I was telling Jay, and he didn't have a problem with it. Okay, if we both split a half point, it's still going to be, if I were to have won like I did, I still would have had to have bowled 4 games
Correct.
because I would have had 2.5 after 3. And I still, so I was like, it was a wash. So I was like, you know what, forget it. It's nothing. And that might be what we do. You have to win. That's a caveat. It's different. And I don't mind that. You have to actually win the game. You can't tie it. And I honestly, I think that might be the rule. I kind of like that.
There you go.
So, all right. Well, again, thank you guys very much. Thank you, Dustin, for filling in. I know you did a great job. Thank you guys all for what?
Nothing. Hey.
Thank everybody who participated in the stream in the chat. Again, drop us a line, send me an email, Facebook, whatever. Things that we can do to improve, and we'll go from there. And again, thank you guys very much.
If you guys haven't already, go ahead and give the stream a like. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You guys have no idea how much that helps the channel grow. We appreciate you guys being here. Nothing but great things to come from this group. I mean, you and Kenny have done such a great job. I literally was crying laughing last stream. I am not Kenny Corley, but I'm looking forward to these events in the future. Bye.
Nobody else is Kenny Cole.
Nobody else.
No.
The world would implode. But, yep. With that being said, I think we're done here.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.
I tried to warn you in the beginning, but you did not listen. You clearly value very little in life. Either way, we thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed.